Now, one of the biggest websites on the big fat internet at the moment is a little place called YouTube. For those uninitiated, YouTube is a place where budding filmmakers, bored time wasters, wannabe starlets and all in between can come together as one. The premise of a service providing easy as pie video uploading and sharing capabilities has led to worldwide success, not only for its makers, but the subsequent fame for my guest today. She is the unofficial face of YouTube because, let's face it, over 4 million viewers and over 35,000 subscribers just cannot be wrong. And is part of NBC's pioneering home movie project, It's Your Show. And she got there with a webcam, a microphone, and 8 Mr. Buckets full of talent. She is Brooke Allison Brodak, but you may know her as Brookers, and she joins me now.
Hello, dun-da-da.
As if by magic, she appears.
Yes, it's magic.
Brookers, thank you for joining me today on Thank Tonto, it's Friday. How is the weather where you are?
The weather, I would not know. I have not been outside in weeks.
Must be all the cameras.
Yes,
But
yes.
I understand you're from Worcester, Massachusetts.
Yes, I am.
Well, you're part of a happening because you're actually connected to, or arguably, the real Worcester.
Yes.
Worcester, UK. So, greetings from Worcester. Now, obviously I want to talk to you today about your video making because that's a big part of what you do. But I'd also like to give you a chance to slay one of your dragons here today. Would you be willing to slay a dragon?
I like to kill things. Let's do it.
Okay, so you're quite open. Not only about the fact that you like to kill things, but about
Yes.
the fact that you're a bit rubbish when it comes to math. Is this true?
This is true. I am absolutely terrible.
Well, not to worry, because during this interview, I want to set you a challenge, if you don't mind.
A challenge.
A challenge. By the conclusion of this interview, I want you to have written your 13 timetable, all the way up to 12.
Oh, no.
Is that clear?
That's clear.
Marvellous. So, I'll let you start that, but in the meantime, I shall ask you, how did you first come across YouTube?
I, like pretty much everybody else, was bored. And I wanted something to host videos with. And so I was searching the internet, and I came upon it after hours of searching. And that is that.
What were your first impressions when you found it?
Neat.
Just neat.
It's a nice website. You know, it's homey. It's actually the very first video I ever literally put on there was like an introduction video for my MySpace. It was just me sitting there saying, "Hi, I'm Brooke. Welcome to my MySpace."
Okay, so you made a video for your MySpace page, and obviously you were a little bit more bitten by the YouTube bug because you continued to make more videos.
Not really the YouTube bug. I just was, bored, and I'm a very creative person. I have a lot of different creative outlets, and that just happened to be one of them. And my friends and family really liked it, and then, other people, these random people on the internet started liking my stuff and watching it, and I'm like, this is kind of interesting. Weird, but interesting. So, I just kept on posting them. I have so many videos that no one's ever seen. I have, like, hundreds on my computer that will never make it to YouTube, because...
Why not?
In my mind, they're, I don't know, maybe a little bit too insane for YouTube, you know what I mean? People look at it and just go, like, what is this? I don't think they'll quite grasp it, So, I don't know, and some of them are just rubbish. They're not worth it, but I'm my own worst critic.
Well, you continued to make plenty of videos, and like you said, you found that there were people who were interested in what you were doing. So much so that, as I pointed out at the top, you are currently the all-time most subscribed person on YouTube, and the all-time most viewed person on YouTube. At what point did you realise that you were striking a chord with people?
I don't know, when I started getting, emails from people saying things like, they're, as a family, they can sit down and watch what I make together. That really meant a lot to me. You know what I mean? That it's a different kind of comedy that I guess you don't really see anymore. That you can just sit down with everybody, and they can all take what they, appreciate out of it.
Do you have any hilarious stalker stories?
I get a lot of mail. I've had a lot of not only marriage requests, but insistent marriages, kind of like, hey, it's planned, meet me on June 12th at this place. I'm going to marry you. You know what I mean? And I'm like, oh, no, you're not, because
That
I'm
is
not going to be there.
terrifying.
Yeah, it's a little strange, but you know what? There's a lot of people out there in the world, so it's a mixed bag,
It is.
really.
It is most definitely. I mean, I've never come across somebody that has two MySpace pages. One for Brookers in
Mm.
speech marks, and then one for your own.
Well, I actually recently created that. It was really only a few weeks ago. I think I got so frustrated because it's not to say that I don't appreciate my fans. I do so much, and the people who watch it. But when I actually, I like to have a normal life on the internet too. You know what I mean? And see what my friends are up to, like the people I can actually go and hang out with. If I want to go see a movie, I'm not going to call someone up in Europe and be like, hey, let's chill,
You call yourself your own worst critic, but
Mhm.
there has to be pieces of work that you've done that you can unashamedly step back and say, that's good.
One of my favorite ones, I think, I've always been really fond of chips. And I was really surprised that people didn't appreciate it as much as I did from the get-go, because I always really kind of found it. That's really the only one I've really put a whole kind of lot of work into. I really like all my older ones. Actually, it's funny, I watch them and I kind of get a little bit of sadness, I guess. It's kind of like I miss the old, crappy camera I used to have, and the fact that it was so everything was just it could be stinky, and that was fine, you know what I mean? And sometimes which is why I've really taken a break lately from making I haven't made a video in a while. I'm trying to get back to my roots. As much as I don't like to get pressured by all the people who are like, give me a new video, give me a new video, it's there. That pressure is always there.
That pressure sort of boiled over to a point where you made a very out of character video under the name of My Name Is. Was there a particular event that took place that sort of broke the camel's back, if you will, and caused you to make that video?
Um, you know what? I guess like anybody, we have good days and bad days. No, I have good days and bad days. And I'm still adjusting to this whole, I guess you could call it fame thing. The hardest part about it is, and I've been doing a lot of thinking about this lately, is people look at me and they're like, oh, look at this girl, you know what I mean? And I guess I put up this, Brookers is a character, so to speak. I have had second thoughts about making it like, that Brookers is for Brookers videos. It's for the fun side of me. That's what it is. Sometimes that other personality though slips out, and what's hard is, people look at me and they're like, oh, this girl works for NBC. She has so much going for her. But what they don't realize is they categorize me as a typical celebrity, and that I'm not. A lot of these people who hate me and wish they had as much as I did, literally, if you want to look at it materialistic wise, they have way more than I do. You know what I mean? And internet celebrity is like a whole different breed. I don't know, I was working at a restaurant one day and now I'm working with NBC. It doesn't really add up. It's hard to add up in my mind sometimes. It's crazy, you
Well,
know.
I'm